Alright, back home, gonna do a little post-trip report on my hike in the mountains. Some stuff I didn't take. Ended up not taking my still camera. Wish I would have. The bear spray. The people up there told me not to take it, and they said it's really not necessary. I did see some bear, it just had to be loud and it scared them off. So, alright, here's the big bag. The stuff I used, stuff I didn't use, stuff I won't take again, and let's take a look. I did use my water shoes. They came in very handy for creek crossings and for the fishing on the stream. Rain poncho, probably still wet. Did use that. It did rain. Probably take a lighter one next time. Little camp towel. I did use that. Kept the tent dry. I used it to soak up the wet water in the tent when it was leaking. What else is in here is the backpack's rain cover, which I did use that as well. Side pockets. I did use some fire starter. I did keep track of my fuel use. Didn't use the duct tape, but I wouldn't leave it behind. What else is in here? Flashlight. It did use that, obviously. My big knife. Never did use that. I probably would take a smaller one next time. No point carrying that big knife around. So I only ended up using one piece. One of the carabiners. I used one, didn't use the second one, but I'd still take it. Flashlight. I probably wouldn't take a spare next time. Zip ties. I did use a couple, but I wouldn't take this many. Maybe take like 3. GPS I did use for tracking my path, which was kind of nice. Kind of a heavy GPS though. I didn't use the spare batteries. I didn't take my camera. I didn't have to use the extra memory. I did use the charger to recharge the camcorder. My map. I did use the map quite a bit. So that's it for that compartment. Fishing pole, of course, is a luxury item. I only took it because I wanted to fish. Didn't need it, but I enjoyed the fishing, so that's really why you go out there, is to have fun, not to cover so many miles. Let's see. I only used a couple band-aids. There's kind of a lot of waste in that first aid kit. I have to make that smaller next time. I did use a little bit of soap, but probably won't take that much next time. The Advil came in handy. Toothbrush, toothpaste, obviously, and I did use the insect repellent. Although I think I could probably carry a smaller can of insect repellent. And baby wipes, TP. Main compartment. My trip was cut a day short, so I do have extra food, but that's because I was cut a day short. Empty bottles. That's just garbage. Could survive without Mountain Dew. Need to get off the caffeine. Even just take caffeine pills is a lot lighter than carrying 3 bottles of Mountain Dew. I didn't even use the ramen noodles. I ended up only taking 2. Didn't use either one of them. Although I probably would have got into one of them had I been out there another day. Food. Won't take this tray again. The main reason I took this tray was for the Little Debbie snacks, but that's not necessary. Salt and pepper, salt and pepper and lemon juice. Didn't use it. Didn't catch a big enough trout to eat. The Kool-Aid packs were really good. The Country Time lemonade were okay. I didn't really use those much. And the spoon, of course, I used to eat. So, but this could have been cut in half. Didn't eat all that. I did eat some of the crackers in my meals. I ate a lot of my food. Ate some of the beef jerky. Ate a little bit of everything. So, garbage. My 2 Mountain House meals that I did not eat. I was hiking with somebody else. These are really a serving of 2. So next time, you just need to plan better to where both of us aren't carrying the same food. That's kind of silly. My spare clothes. Won't take pants again. Just take 2 pair of shorts. It didn't get that cold. And my pot and my gas. I have to weigh my gas. See how much gas I use. The pot's really not heavy. The pot came in handy as well in the springs to catch the water so I could pump out of the pot instead of trying to pump off the bottom of the spring, which was real dirty, or even out of the river. So I could just scoop up water out of the river and just pump right out of that for my water. My little stove, which I did use, my digging tool, I did use. The rope, I didn't have to use the rope. There was food hanging devices at every stop. My water filter, which of course I did use, it's kind of a big one. To look in to see if they got one that's as good as this one that's smaller for the shorter treks. That's it out of that compartment. The tripod, I hung it on my pack, so easy access, which is where I used a carabiner and a zip tie. It came in pretty handy. Of course it is a luxury item. You only take it if you want to do videoing, but you don't really need it. I like carrying the individual bottles. Some people say, oh, you gotta carry a camel pack. I like the individual bottles because I want to mix up a bottle of Kool-Aid or a bottle of lemonade. I only gotta contaminate 20 ounces of my water supply instead of my whole entire water supply. The thermometer and whistle. I never blew the whistle, but you know, it's better safe than sorry. Thermometer, I like to know how hot it is or how cool it is, so that's really a luxury item for me. Like right now it's 90 degrees back in Florida. Like I said, the air mattress, this thing made all the difference in the world. I got 8 hours of sleep a night at least because of the air mattress. I will take that again. It's a little heavy, but some things that aren't necessary are necessary. This is my sleeping bag, which is 40 degrees. I don't think it got much cooler than 40 degrees, but I was a little chilly the first night up on Sadler's Bald. So, but I'm glad I had this one. I'm glad I bought a better one that's lighter and smaller, but yet was still nice and comfortable. And then my tent is crammed in this garbage bag because it leaked and it's soaking wet, and it's going back to the store today because it's a piece. But don't skip out on the tent. Get a good tent, and into my bag. It's empty. So that's post-trip report. It's everything I used, everything I didn't use, and it was a great trip. And we'll see you on the next one in the wild. Out.